Come on down to Zita's Pizzeria, get a piece of pie. You want a piece of pie?
Hello and welcome to our second Principal Perspective. We're moving right down Rocket Lane right now, and we stopped in at Wright Elementary, and we're with our principal at Wright, Mr. Seth Green. So welcome to the Principal Perspective.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
You're from what, around the Syracuse area?
So, yeah, I'm from Central New York, near Syracuse, Seneca Falls, New York, home of women's rights. I've been in Kentucky now more years than in New York, so I guess I'm a Kentuckian now.
So we share that. You know, my mom is from Lodi, New York, which is very, you know where Lodi is, very little, so very close to Syracuse and all of that. Went up there and visited
where great people were born.
There you go, there you go. So how did you end up here?
In college, I went to a couple different schools and was trying to find my way and decided to get into some ministry. And I went to Kentucky Christian University to become a youth, sports, and recreation minister or a teacher. Stayed in Kentucky, came to Louisville to Southeast Christian to work there for a little while as an intern, then got into teaching and coaching football, and here we are, baby.
There it is, there it is. So you've been here 6 years?
8 years.
8 years, okay.
8 years at Wright Elementary, 6 years at West Middle School as assistant principal, and 9 years at Spencer County Middle School, coaching football and teaching science.
Yeah.
My wife and I have been married 21 years. We've been in Louisville for 22 years.
Yeah. I saw your family walking through, so tell us a little bit about.
So I got 4 kiddos, 3 girls and a boy. Everybody's been through Wright Elementary. My work goes into them. What I pour into them and pour into the school goes to them directly. So we got a youngin' who's still here in first grade. The others are middle school and freshmen in high school. So we got some time.
So you stay busy.
I stay busy.
That's good. So a lot of things over your 8 years here at Wright have changed. Tell me some of the things that you're really proud of that you've been able to grow over the past 8 years.
When we first started off, and Ryan and I kicking off our values at Wright Elementary, it was really cool to bring in joy, empathy, teamwork, and service. We kicked that off 7 years ago, and that is just alive at Wright Elementary. We're serving our families and our kids. We have the right people at Wright Elementary. Our teachers just love kids and love to serve. I think that big piece of serving others and learning outside the 4 walls of our classroom is what Wright Elementary does. We led the district in field trips for 5 years now in elementary schools. We've had the most field trips and spent the most money on learning outside the walls.
And we think that's so important, you know, getting kids out, getting them outside the 4 walls, the relevance piece for them to be able to see how their learning impacts and what it looks like in the real world.
Yeah, there's fun things to write about when it's relevant. Getting them outside the walls, getting them in our community, and then serving others is just empowering to kiddos, enlightening in education. So that's what we're about at Wright Elementary.
So we've done some building improvements this year. You come by, you see the new blacktop, we've got new basketball goals. You were here working over the summer doing a little bit with the bridge. You want to take us up today?
We have the connected bridge now. Eddington Supplies donated the treated wood for us, and so my wife and kiddos and I, we put together the bridge that connects us to East Middle School up through the yard. And we've also had some work on our older asphalt and concrete and our sidewalk work as well.
Got the doors painted, that looks good.
Doors match and ready to roll. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's an elementary feel for sure now.
You know, and we really have to shout out to our maintenance facilities and custodians. I walked in your building right before school started. It was beautiful.
Yeah, we have an outstanding custodial team, and they take pride in their space in their area. This building hasn't looked like this in 8 years since I've been here. So really, it's just awesome to be fresh paint, fresh asphalt, clean building that doesn't look like Wright Elementary.
And you know, we've got some plans. Hopefully here in the next little bit, we'll be able to get a new Wright. But in the meantime, we're taking care of what we got, and it looks really, really good. You ready to go for a walk?
Yeah, let's go for a walk.
Let's do it.
Show you some Wright.
Tell me some of the things that academically you're really proud of this year, some of the focus areas that you have.
Right now our staff has gotten together and decided, all right, we're going to choose some essential standards, some promise standards that we can promise to families. If you have a 4th grader, you're going to be able to multiply 2 digits to 100. You're going to walk out of Wright Elementary and make sure we have those skills. And so our staff is just narrow focused on promising some standards. So with that, we're working together to make sure that happens. We're having PLCs, different resources, our language arts supports, our multilingual supports, come together and sit at the table and say, how do we help this kiddo to make sure that he's promised, walks out the door, gets the standard. So
we've worked a lot with Solution Tree, RTI, where we've gone to those conferences. They're big on the promise standards. and those promise standards are what we actually intervene on. So talk a little bit about the intervention program and some of the things you're putting in place.
We take a lot of pride in our schedule at Wright Elementary right now. Our teachers have extended amount of times for planning and to intervene. Our teachers have an opportunity to sit down every day with kiddos, at least 30 minutes in math and 30 minutes in reading, and make sure that we are focusing on those interventions they need. So we can say, I'll promise, because I got time to sit down with you and intervene with you in small groups.
Sure.
So that really decreases the teacher to staff ratio in our intervention classes. So it's almost like an all hands on deck when we sit down and have MTSS class.
Well, you know, our theme this year is Complete the Circle. And tell me, what does Complete the Circle mean to Wright Elementary?
Well, it means all kids, all families, and all staff. And so we really value the opportunity to get and invite families in and make sure that every kid's getting that promise. So I want to show you something over here. I think it's pretty awesome.
Let's go.
Y'all know how to respond when I say right, you say? All right, so here's what we got. So when we were talking about inviting families into the learning environment, 2 days ago we kicked off our One School, One Book. Every kiddo gets a book, every family gets a book to read together as a school for the next 6 weeks. Magnolia Woo unfolds it all. And so families came in and we introduced them to the scenes of the book. The front and center scene in the book is the laundromat, where Magnolia grows up in the laundromat, and she has a mission to find every sock and get it to the rightful owner. And so we kicked off that, and if you see over near the cafeteria later, I was Zito, the pizza guy. Get a pizza pie.
You would make a good pizza guy. You're the right guy for the pizza.
I worked at 3 different pizza places in my life. So. But those different scenes and inviting families in the learning environment. So we're going to read together as a family. Kiddos will learn vocabulary as a school and our approach to that. And so we think that'll really kick into completing the circle for everybody.
Tell us, you've got a couple of things where you are learning your sounds and you're learning some other things.
If we're going to promise that all kiddos know their CVC words in kindergarten and first grade, we got to bring it outside of the classroom. And so we're pretty creative with how we can help coach and engage them in that. You'll see in our hallways are lined with many of our CVC words, our words that are important to us, and our sounds. And so it gets pretty eventful here in Wright Elementary when you walk the hallways, as you'll see here in a second. So as kiddos are hanging out, walking by in the restroom, you might see them come by and tap, you know. We'll walk through those sounds for kiddos. And then we'll get a little bit crazy here and there, and it'll just tap and tap away. We try to stay off of that during the school day. Maybe after school we get a little, but you'll see us making an effort to make sure that we're making those promises happen at Wright Elementary.
That's cool. So tell us about this. Was this part of
another scene from Magnolia Woo Unfolds It All? We had a cafe, we had a barber shop, we had a janitor's closet, which is one of the scenes. I was running around on the squeegee. A really great event where we had over 500 people show up and get engaged and get their book. And we're getting ready to start reading next week.
Oh, that's awesome. That was such a cool event. That was really cool.
It was outstanding. It was a great time.
Awesome. Everything out here, all your walls are decorated. Looks great.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with how the school's looking. I love that we're having literacy focus this year, making sure kids can read and know their letters and sounds at a young age, so we second and first grade are ready to roll with our kiddos.
As we kind of are completing our circle around the building, every time I walk in, there's always seems to be a good feel. There's a good atmosphere. It's really welcoming. Our people from the front office staff all the way through, they're welcoming. They want people here. They're here for service. You know, it's that service leadership. That obviously is a big thing to you. So talk to us a little bit about the atmosphere and what makes Wright special.
I think it's the care and concerning hearts of our staff. We hire the right people stay around, but we have very little turnover, and I think that's because we just hire the right hearts and servant-minded people. We're here for kids, and we're here to love on kids, and we want to make sure that they can learn and grow academically, but also they're, great citizens in our community, and that's having empathy, serving others, and joining the team at Wright Elementary. So.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us.
Thanks for visiting. I hope I met the mark in some way.
You may rival.
I may not. Our teachers will. I don't know about that. I don't know. Our teachers will meet the mark.
Yes.
So.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by.